You know, Steve Schmidt didn't have to do this to garner the respect of a whole lot of Democrats, left wing Democrats like myself, because I think he showed himself to be very honorable as he decided to make that switch that he couldn't take a party that was anti democratic, that was fascist, that was autocratic anymore. But I tell you what, this took courage. I tell you what, this earns even more respect. Not that he needed to do it, but it earned quite a bit of respect from yours truly. Check this out. We'll take it on the other side.
And Steve, welcome to the side that is not independent anymore. You could have stayed in the independent status. What made you take that step from independent over to registered Democrat?
Look, I've always held this view that the Republican and the Democratic parties are two of the most important institutions, not just in American history, but in world history, for the advancement of human freedom and dignity. And each party has produced the essential leader at America's greatest moments of crises. In the 19th century, that leader was Abraham Lincoln, a Republican. In the 20th century, it was a Democrat. It was Franklin Roosevelt, who saved capitalism, saved democracy, and ultimately, through his wisdom, the world in the fight against Nazism and Japanese militarism. I look at the Republican Party, and what I see is something that approximates what happened to the Whig Party, though we won't see it play out overnight. In 1856, when the Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed, allowing slavery to spread westward, it broke the Whig Party. It broke it geographically, politically, but most important, morally. And what we saw this past week with 126 members of Congress signing that amicus brief, 18 attorney generals, it's important to understand what we saw. That wasn't a legal act. It was a junk lawsuit. It was like something out of a Seinfeld episode that would have been filed in court by Jackie Childs, right? What it was a political statement. It was a declaration. And it was a declaration of repudiation against the core tenet of American democracy, which is in this land, the people are sovereign and that we pick our leaders. It's also important to understand what we watched in Washington, D.C. on Saturday night. We saw right-wing extremist political violence. We saw fascistic violence in the streets of the nation's capital. We've seen violence in our cities before. We've seen it this summer. We've seen riots where cities have been burned to the ground. But the cause of that rage, which does that, as Martin Luther King observed, is from the fury of people who feel that they have nothing, taking it out on people that they feel like have something. That's not what this is. This is political violence incited by the President of the United States. And what I believe is, to the core of my being, for the rest of my life, we're in a fight now between an autocratic sensibility that's taken root in this country in 4 short years. And the leaders of the country are going to matter. And it's going to matter what party they come out of. The Republican Party, a majority of them voted for this autocratic moment. 90 of them that didn't. But, look, they're in a coalition of conservatives and autocrats, and that's bad for America. The party that's going to defend American liberty is the Democratic Party, and that's why I joined it. I'm a single-issue voter now. I believe in American democracy, full stop. And that's what's going to be on the ballot in every presidential election going forward. And our side can't afford to lose an election because it may be the last one.
You know, that man gets it. And both those of us on the left, those of us in the middle, those of us in the center have to understand the battle that we're up against now. He gets it. He gets it. You may not agree with a lot of his policies, but he gets it, and he has joined the appropriate side to make sure that we actually get stuff done. Let's welcome the brother into the party the way we should. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.